Haha. Haha. Cool. Is this working? Oh my god, hey everybody. Say hello if you can see me. Tell me if you can see me. We see. Yay! Hello. Oh my god, hey everybody. If you hear bird noises, I'm sat in a pub by a river in Richmond because I've been at a flash mob press event thing this morning for Fisherman's Friends the musical. And why would that not be by the river? The public Wi-Fi is struggling. Ellie, you can be my tech support. There's a plane going overhead. Do we think the nominations will be wrapped by DeBose? Everything now must always be wrapped by Ariana DeBose. Do we think they're actually going to be at 2:30? So they were meant to be at 2. They've been delayed. I'm not seeing any indication that they are forthcoming. But we're going to wait and find out together. In the meantime, why were they delayed? Just technical issues, I think. Nothing overly controversial. Hello, everybody. So we're waiting to see. I hope Heathers is in there. Heathers is not eligible. Heathers is not eligible for nomination. It's just new things that have opened in the last year. So Heathers was eligible back when it first opened years ago. Did the UK get a storm like New York did today? No, but I've seen it snowing in New York, which makes me concerned because I'm going there in a few weeks. Why are you in someone's garden, my dear? I'm in a pub. I'm in a pub garden, sat by a river in Richmond. Here you go. I'll show you what I can see. There you go. This is the Thames, I assume. There's meant to be seals. I haven't seen seals. Okay, it's now after 2:30. Do you think Bonnie and Clyde get a nominations? We will see. We will see. If you had £1,000 to place a bet on who gets a nomination, what is your guaranteed win? Guaranteed win is tricky. Ooh. Jodie Comer, Best Actress in a Play. Feels like a bit of a lock. Oh, Oklahoma, Best Revival of a Musical. But that's a different conversation coming down. Today, we're going to work out who's nominated. Then we're going to talk about predictions, who I want to win and who actually will win. Aaron's inside, by the way. He's doing a work Zoom, but he's found a dog. So, oh, here we go. Okay. So you're on my live stream, and I'm now watching. Oh, 40 seconds. It's all going on. Okay. Olivier Award nominations are live. If you've got me up on YouTube, you can either watch on a separate device or follow along on Twitter, or I will do my best to keep you updated here as to everything. Ten seconds. It's happening. This is very stressful. The half-hour delay did nothing for my nerves, I will say. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Ooh. Here we go. The geese are very excited. Why am I seeing Ronan Keating? What does Ronan Keating have to do with this?
Without further ado, please welcome our hosts who will announce this year's nominees. Amber Davies, star 2022's Mastercard Best New Musical, Back to the Future.
Here we go. So we've got Amber Davies and Gabrielle Brooks. Amber's in Back to the Future right now. Gabrielle is about to be starring in Once on This Island, which Ronan Keating is saying right now. She performed at the What's on Stage Awards. She was fantastic. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Geese for Best Actor in a live stream. Excellent work.
Excited to be here today to reveal this year's nominees.
This is stressful.
Being nominated for an Olivier Award is an incredible accolade. This year's list, as ever, represents the huge breadth of talent we have seen on and off stages over the last year. As always, a huge thank you to our sponsors, especially our headline sponsor.
They're doing a lot of chatting. I can't take this. It's already been a half-hour delay. Just get into the categories. As each one comes up, I'm going to try and talk you through like what we were expecting, what the surprises are, what the upsets are.
Our
First category. Here we go.
Noel Coward Award for
Best Entertainment Comedy. Best Entertainment or Comedy Play. Okay. Oh, Jack and the Beanstalk at the Palladium. My Neighbor Totoro. One Woman Show. That's a big surprise. And My Sons Are Queer. I'm so happy for the My Sons Are Queer. Palladium Panto, not Mother Goose. Is that a really big surprise? Oh my gosh. Best Family Show. Blippi, Hey Dougie, Midsummer Mechanicals, and The Smartest Giant in Town. I feel like I don't really have a horse in the best family race, but there was a part of me that was getting really worried My Sons Are Queer wasn't going to be nominated. Go Rob Madge. I'm so happy about that. That's just such a great thing to start with. Okay, the Gillian Lynn Award for Best Choreographer. These are so fast. Matt Cole for Newsies, not a surprise. Lynn Page, Standing at the Sky's Edge. That's movement, really, and so that's surprising. Kate Prince for Sylvia, not a surprise. Basil Twist for puppetry direction for My Neighbor Totoro. They've put the puppetry direction under choreography. Who's missing out of that category? I mean, a lot missing from that choreography. There's no Legally Blonde. There's no My Fair Lady. There's no South Pacific. Costume design next. Here we go. Blues for an Alabama Sky. Jack and the Beanstalk at the Palladium. Oh, great costumes. Jean-Paul Gaultier for the Jean-Paul Gaultier Show. And My Neighbor Totoro. Lots of creative noms already for My Neighbor Totoro. This is what we saw at the What's on Stage Awards. Bad Cinderella is not eligible this year for costumes. They were eligible when they ran the West End, and they were not nominated then. Does the Tonys split costume design between plays and musicals? Because over here it's just one category. Best revival of a play. The Crucible, about to go to the West End, National Theatre. Good, the David Tennant play. Jerusalem has been nominated. This is controversial because, like, it's the same production that's come back. Is it a revival or is it just a remounting? I find that dubious. But also, A Streetcar Named Desire is nominated. That's going to be the one. Come on now, people. Best musical revival. Here we go. No Legally Blonde. Straight up, there's been no Legally Blonde. We have the three classics. My Fair Lady, Oklahoma, South Pacific, and Sister Act is the fourth. That's a surprise. No Legally Blonde at Regent's Park. Sister Act takes the fourth musical revival one. Wow. Best sound design now. Standing at the Sky's Edge. Good for them. My Neighbor Totoro. More creative love for Totoro. Oklahoma. And Prima Facie. Wow. Wow. Only one musical. No, sorry, two musicals. One new musical, one revival, and two plays for Best Sound Design. We're going to see a lot of Prima Facie love as well, I'm thinking. They're saying Prima Facie. When Jodie got the award at the What's on Stage Awards, she said Prima, so I'm going with Prima. Best Original Score or New Orchestrations. Yazbek for the band's Visit. The score for Totoro. Richard Hawley for Standing at the Sky's Edge. And the arrangements and orchestrations on Oklahoma. Only one original score is being nominated for Best Original Score. This is a weird category here in the UK. The Tonys do Best Original Score where you've written a new score. Here we have Best Music You've Made Happen on Stage. And only one of these is actually original for the stage, which is the band's Visit. So Sylvia has been snubbed out of that one. Bonnie and Clyde as well, and Newsies. Gosh, we've seen no Bonnie and Clyde love so far. Prima Facie. I see. Latin-wise, I would also pronounce it Prima Facie. Best Actor in a Supporting Role. So it's the ensemble cast of For Black Boys who have considered suicide when the hue gets too heavy. All of them. Will Keane for Patriots. I should hold this somewhere else. Elliot Levy for Good. He won last year in a musical. David Morse for To Kill a Mockingbird. And Sue Remy for Blues for an Alabama Sky. I didn't see enough plays this year, so none of this shocks me. But the ensemble cast for Black Boys, that one doesn't surprise me. Elliot Levy. Could Elliot Levy win 2 years in a row in different categories? So he won last year for playing Herr Schultz in Cabaret, so Best Supporting Actor in a Musical. Here we go, Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Rose Ayling-Ellis for As You Like It. Yay, she was fantastic. Pamela Nomvet for To Kill a Mockingbird. Caroline Quentin for Jack Absolute Flies Again. Sharon Small for Good. And Jana Vassan for A Streetcar Named Desire. I think we're going to see 3 noms in acting categories for Streetcar. This is the first of 3. There's a plane flying overhead. Yay for Rose Ayling-Ellis. Beautiful performance, and lovely to see that production recognized. That's for As You Like It at Soho Place. Set design now. My Neighbor Totoro, To Kill a Mockingbird, Standing at the Sky's Edge, Jack and the Beanstalk. Standing at the Sky's Edge is pulling out as the leader of the musical nominees. It's the only musical to be nominated in this category. In fact, My Neighbor Totoro getting another creative nomination, and Jack and the Beanstalk. That's three nominations now for Jack and the Beanstalk at the Palladium. Lighting design now. Ooh. Prima Facie, Streetcar Named Desire, My Neighbor Totoro, and The Crucible. No musicals in lighting design. Whatever. Totoro getting another one, Prima Facie getting another one, Streetcar getting another one. We've got these few productions really pulling out in front. How are we all doing so far? Checking in with everybody. No Oklahoma lighting design. That is surprising. That's very surprising. Action is supporting. Maymuna Menon has been nominated for Standing at the Sky's Edge. Liza and Marisha, both for Oklahoma. Oh my gosh. And Beverly Knight for Sylvia. Yay for Beverly Knight. No one from Sister Act. No one from Legally Blonde. Sad, no Natalie McQueen for Bonnie and Clyde. No one from South Pacific is a surprise. That's a really big surprise. But Maymuna Menon. Oh, that's made my day. Best Action Supporting Role. Sharif Afifi, Zubin Vala, Peter Polycarpou, Clive Rowe. Okay, not many surprises here. So Sharif from The Band's Visit, Zubin Vala from Tammy Faye. We knew that one. Peter Polycarpou also for The Band's Visit. Very well deserved. Clive Rowe for Sister Act. Yay for Clive. Aaron called that one. No one from South Pacific in that category. Okay, Best Opera now. I'll tell you. Alcina, Least Like the Other, Peter Grimes, and Sybil. I have literally no horse in this race. There you go. I'm hoping everyone can still see and hear me. I'm seeing some issues in the comments. Let me know. Someone saying if you're having issues, close out and come back. Apologies. My Wi-Fi is not the best. Here's another one. Outstanding achievement in opera. Bonnie and Clyde, I think it's waiting for Jordan to maybe get a nomination for Best Actor in a Musical. I think that's the best chance that Bonnie and Clyde has. Jordan or Frankie for Best Actress, but maybe it'll get Best New Musical as well. We'll have to see. Here we go. This is the one I was just talking about, Best Actor in a Musical. No Jordan Luke Gage. Oh, gosh. Alan Monia Bootbull for The Band's Visit, Arthur Darvill, Julian Avenden. I'm very glad to see Julian Avenden nominated. He was exceptional. And Andrew Rannells. Oh, it's very difficult that we only have 4 nominees. It feels very restrictive. But none of those are really surprises. Sad not to see Jordan included. Best Actress, here we go. Faith Amole for Standing at the Sky's Edge. Wow, good for her. I thought if anyone was going to take it, it would be Rachel Wooding because of the thrust that show gives her. But good for Faith. Miri Masika for Band's Visit. Anushka Lucas for Oklahoma. I did not see that coming. Katie Braben for Tammy Faye. I feel like there's some shocking people missing from this. No Beverly Knight for Sister Act. No Amara for My Fair Lady. No Courtney Bowman for Legally Blonde. No Frances Mailey McCann. Oh, we always knew Best Actress was going to be a bloodbath, but there are some things missing there. Meanwhile, it's Best New Dance Production. Again, I don't have any horse in this, so I'm just going to recover from the last one. I don't know if we're going to see a Best New Musical nomination for Bonnie and Clyde after we've just seen them left out of those categories, but Faith Amole getting in for Best Action Musical and Anushka Lucas getting in for Best Action Musical surprises me. No Gina Beck either for South Pacific. We're still on Outstanding Achievement in Dance, and my blood pressure is through the roof. Oh my gosh. I've only been live for 14 minutes. It feels like hours. It feels like hours. I am glad to see Standing at the Sky's Edge getting so much love. I feel like that's now made it a lock for being one of the nominees for Best New Musical. Oklahoma's getting a lot of love as well. We're definitely going to see that for Best Revival of a Musical. Breathe, everybody. Oh, okay. Outstanding Achievement in an Affiliate Theatre. Ages of Feeling for Soho Theatre. I saw that. I loved it. Paradise Now at the Bush. 2 Palestinians go dogging at the Cherwood Theatre upstairs. The P Word at the Bush. Heard great things about that production, so that doesn't surprise me. Blackout Songs at the Hampstead Theatre downstairs. I love this category. This category always makes me realise I haven't seen enough exciting theatre outside of the West End. Best Direction. Annoys me to no end that this is just one category. Okay, Bartlett Sher for To Kill a Mockingbird, Felon McDermott for My Neighbor Totoro, Robert Hasty, Standing at the Sky's Edge. The only musical nominated for Best Direction is Standing at the Sky's Edge. Justin Martin for Prima Facie, Rebecca Fricknell for A Streetcar Named Desire. That doesn't surprise me. Someone's just said, can't believe Jodie Comer isn't nominated on this YouTube live stream comments. We haven't got to her category yet because Prima Facie wasn't a musical. Calm down, everybody. Yeah, only one musical nominated for Best Direction. Here we go. Best Actress. Jodie Comer, Patsy Ferran, May Mack for My Neighbor Totoro, Janet McTeer for Phaedra, Nicola Walker for The Corn is Green. I feel like it's going to be Jodie Comer versus Patsy Ferran in that one. But, I mean, surely Jodie Comer. Ellie, what are you surprised about No Oklahoma for? Direction? See, why does Best Actress in a Play get 5 nominees and musical only gets 4? And Best Actor, why do plays get 5 nominees and musicals only get 4? This is messed up. Tom Hollander for Patriots, Paul Mescal for A Streetcar Named Desire, Rafe Spall, David Tennant, Giles Terrera. There you go, your Best Actor nominees. Nothing for Jonathan Bailey. Nothing for Cox so far. Wow. Wow. That is a surprise. Best New Play. Here we go. For Black Boys Who've Considered Suicide When the Hue Gets Too Heavy, Patriots, Prima Facie, and To Kill a Mockingbird. I feel like it's going to be between those last two. To Kill a Mockingbird has a lot of producing power behind it. Prima Facie has the people's love. Interesting, no Jonathan Bailey. Wow. Wow. Best New Musical. Here we go. Only 4. Band's Visit, Standing at the Sky's Edge, Sylvia, and Tammy Faye. Wow. No Newsies and no Bonnie and Clyde. So none of the commercial options. We've talked a lot this year about how all the new musicals are coming from like non-West End theatres. Wow. That's it. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Nothing for Bonnie and Clyde across the board. Very little for Newsies. I wasn't envisioning that Newsies would break into the acting categories. It was a shame not to see the Newsboys nominated. I thought for sure they'd go for that, but I guess they went for the ensemble cast for Black Boys, and that's their group nomination this year. In recent years at the Oliviers, we've always seen one where they like to nominate a whole group of people in a category. We had the 7 actors who played the tiger in The Life of Pi, and so that was the cast for Black Boys rather than Newsies, which was a shame. I thought that might have been something that we would see, but yeah, gosh, lots of disappointments there. Lots of love for Standing at the Sky's Edge. It was a sensational production. You can go and find out if you don't know anything about it. You can go and check out my video about that. But so there were a few actors, so Leah Harvey, Emma Corrin, and Rob Madge, although I don't know what Rob would have been eligible for as part of My Sons Are Queer, but all non-binary performers who haven't been nominated in any category. Was there a category they even could have been nominated for? This needs to be addressed. This is something we're still having issues with. But yes, lots of surprises there. But then as it was going on, it felt clear the way everything was going to go. Just lots of love for the big few productions, lots for Streetcar, Prima Facie. We're seeing this play dominance again, where these combined categories are being given so many play nominations in Best Direction, and we don't have a separate category for Best Direction of a musical when it's such a different job, and there's no category still for Best Original Score. It's baffling to me. There are some serious omissions just in terms of the categories things can be nominated in. But I am, there's some happiness in there. I know I'm seeing a lot of disappointment in the comments here. My Sons Are Queer, but what can you do? The show that Rob Madge came up with and was born through lockdown has been nominated for an Olivier Award. That's amazing. Maimouna Memon and Faith Amole being nominated for their amazing performances in Standing at the Sky's Edge. that is amazing. That show getting a lot of love is amazing. Hopefully that propels it onto a further life. And yes, gosh, lots to think about. Yeah. Well, that was intense. That was a very intense 10 minutes, but happy for everything that has been nominated. I feel like I've seen all of the musicals this year, and I feel like I've seen none of the plays. I missed Prima Facie, which is like, that's got to be the worst omission of my last theatrical year, that I didn't manage to get to that. And I didn't see Good with David Tennant, and I haven't seen half the plays I ought to have seen at the National. But hopefully I will be catching them when they then come back. Some of them are transferring. So The Crucible I'll try and see in the West End, and Streetcar as well. Prima Facie is on NT Live now, just FYI. I will try and see. There we go. Everyone go watch Prima Facie on NT Live, if you have NT Live. And then we can together find out. Because I'm not planning on seeing it on Broadway. I don't think it's gotten to Broadway yet by the time that I'm going to be there. But yeah, Newsy's getting a dance nomination, at least, getting a nomination for Matt Cole's choreography. That would have been unforgivable if that hadn't happened. But a real shame for Bonnie and Clyde today. Sad. I think Jordan and Natalie, I was hopeful they might get a nomination. Frances, completely worthy of a nomination, but such a difficult category for Best Actress in a Musical. Sharon Rose from Sylvia didn't get nominated. Courtney Bowman didn't get nominated. Just so many. Bev didn't get a nomination for Sister Act. There was the chance for Beverly Knight to get 2 different nominations this year in 2 different categories. She is nominated for Supporting for Sylvia. So that was a good choice made by the producers to have her be eligible for that category. Ellie's doing the maths in the comments. 9 nominations for Totoro, and I feel like it's going to sweep a lot of them. I feel like it'll take a lot of them. Maybe not Best Actress. I feel like that's a fight between Jodie Comer and Patsy Ferran, because there's a lot of momentum and a lot of love for Streetcar Named Desire as well. But yes, yeah, I'm outraged that consistently in the musicals categories, 4 nominees, and the play categories are allowed to have 5. I don't understand the justification for that. I don't understand the logic, and we just see so many really worthy performers getting shut out of nominations. But yes, yeah, was expecting to see some different things. Emmy thinks Totoro will sweep. Yeah, I think we've expected for a while to see a lot of love for Totoro. We saw the same thing at the What's on Stage Awards. Obviously, those are publicly voted, but I think the love that production has. Have you ever considered applying for the Olivier Awards judging panel? I might do next year. I might do. It's interesting that it's 2 different panels who nominate and then vote on the nominations. So there's a panel of people who nominate all of these shows, and then once these nominations come through, they are then voted on by a group of producers, which is why the voting can be a little bit dubious, because obviously producers are allowed to vote for their own shows. I don't think there's also any requirement for producers to have seen all of the eligible shows. So I think a little bit dodgy. I'd love to do a video where I explore and investigate more of how that actually works and how what in the makeup of those 2 different groups of people. But Oklahoma is opening in the West End tonight. I'm at its press night. So that's some canny timing from those producers to have the opening night on the same day of its Olivier Award nominations. Erin James is joining us.
Hello.
Erin James is here. I'm assuming you've seen the nominations, yes. Erin James.
I have.
What are your standout thoughts?
Hello, everyone.
We've got 250 friends here with us.
Wow. Hi, everyone. A lot didn't shock me. Also, Can we just do a point? You said I was off my head when I said that Clive Rowe would get a nomination.
We're going to have to go back to our video and add up and see who got the most points. But you were right about Clive Rowe getting one for Sister Act.
I had a weird feeling that it was going to be Faith at the standing leads.
I'm so happy for her, and Maimouna. I'm so thrilled for Maimouna. Lots of love for standing.
Lots of love for standing. I was saying Sylvia did well.
It did.
Say that
to get a Best New Musical.
And so for people that don't know, so Sylvia opened on the final day that was eligibility.
Yeah, it was right at the end of that window.
Most of the nominating panel saw it in previews when they were still changing the show, which is where everybody's really nervous that Sylvia wouldn't get anything because they were seeing it not in its final position.
Yeah.
So I was really nervous actually that Sylvia would have completely kind of fell on its own.
So they got choreography for Kate Prince, they got Best New
Support.
Musical, and they got supporting for Bev.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sylvia's done well given its checkered history with just struggling to get itself staged and all of the stuff it's been up against.
Also, never doubt the Oliviers with Liza Stovi.
Never doubt the Oliviers. Liza and Elliot Levy,
Yeah.
both the winners from Cabaret last year for supporting roles, nominated again. Liza again for supporting actress in a musical for Oklahoma. Anushka Lucas.
Oh yeah, that was
for Best Actress.
That was one I did. Wait,
She's phenomenal in Oklahoma. Yeah. I don't mean to disparage here. It's just because it's really not a showy role that she has.
No,
it's
Laurie
very
is,
subtle.
Yeah.
And so for her to be recognized, I mean, that's 4 acting nominations for Oklahoma. No Patrick Vale. No Patrick Vale for Best Supporting. I think that's a shame. Neither of the supporting male actors.
Sorry, there was a doggy that was
There's multiple dogs. A spaniel has just scampered down the stairs. This is a great pub. They have dogs. Yeah. What else? Cuddles. What else are we talking about? So Standing at the Sky's Edge, according to Ellie's maths over here in the comments. Thank you, Ellie, for doing the maths. The most nominated musical.
That doesn't surprise me.
We love to see it, but also it's a musical that kind of feels like a play. And so where it's in a lot of categories where it's the only musical alongside other plays, it does feel like
it's
there's this weight towards plays. I'm really feeling it this year. Did you notice the leading play acting categories, 5 nominees, musicals 4?
And also just a big happy that Roseanne and Ellis got a nomination.
Yes.
Because watching her performance, I was like, the leaps and bounds she has made for deaf performers to be able to show just how incredible and necessary it is to have space for them on the stage.
Yeah.
And what can be done in a theatre that means that you don't need performers. If you don't need somebody to talk for them, you don't that was my favorite performance from that whole show. So I'm so glad that
that was a huge stride for accessibility. What, no Gwyneth Keyworth for To Kill a Mockingbird? Yeah, having won the Watson Stage Award, not to be nominated, but same for Courtney Bowman, winning the Watson Stage Award, no nomination for and Lauren Drew winning the Watson Stage Award. No, did any of the Watson Stage Award performance winners? I guess Jodie Comer made it through. Slightly different parameters and slightly different eligibility between Watson Stage.
The Watson Stage cuts a lot earlier.
Yeah, I will say, with all the Standing at the Sky's Edge love, I was surprised there weren't a few more acting nominations. Either Rachel Wooding or Alex Young, also for Best Actress, and Robert Lonsdale, as someone has just said here in the comments. I thought that he would have had a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Did Lauren Byrne get a nomination? Lauren Byrne wasn't eligible for anything this year. It's only newly opening productions. No love for Better Call from the 47th. Nothing for the 47th. Nothing for any of the plays that were at the Old Vic. I saw nothing for the 47th.
Sylvia was the big push.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Nothing for Bonnie and Clyde at all.
Nothing for Bonnie and Clyde at all.
Shut out. Lucy's only got 1 nomination.
Yeah, for dance. Yeah.
Choreography. Which, to be honest, well, actually, I'm surprised it didn't get set design, but it's because set design is plays and musicals. Which
this is the thing.
Really
all of these creative categories that seemed to lean more towards plays because they had plays and musicals.
Oh no, we're not being kicked outside. I was on a work call.
Yeah, no, I'm sat by a river in Richmond, having been at a Fisherman's Friends flash mob. If anyone's just joining us, we were at a Fisherman's Friends flash mob, which you will see on the weekly vlog.
Yeah, I was literally on my work call, then straight after the work call was like, okay, what are the nominees? And then I was like, yay, I can come outside.
Yeah. People were saying Medea, that opened after nomination closed, so that will be next year, although it will have been so many months back. Yeah. Will it get remembered? This is always the thing.
Same with Bake Off. If anybody's like, oh, what about Bake Off? Bake Off is next year.
Yeah, Bake Off will be next year's Olivier's season as well. But there you go. It's
going to be a fun evening tonight at Oklahoma.
It is going to be a fun evening tonight at Oklahoma. So we're going to sit down at some point and we're going to talk through. Yes, this stream will be available to watch later. Don't worry, you can still watch this on my channel with the geese who are co-starring. Such loud geese.
No seals.
No, we're meant to be able to see seals here. In any case, at some point, we are going to, I just hit you then. We're going to sit down and we're going to talk through who we think will win and who we think should win and all of that stuff, because that's then the next conversation that needs to happen. Maybe in a couple of weeks when we've digested all of this and recovered from the stress of these nominations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And let me know all of your thoughts. If you can keep commenting on this video after this has ended. Mincemeat will be next year as well. They elected not to be eligible this year because they want to use their West End run at the Fortune rather than their run at the Riverside Studios.
Winnie the Pooh will be eligible next year as well.
Yeah, well, Winnie the Pooh hasn't opened yet.
True. I'm trying to remember what the first show was that opened for the new season. Because there was something that opened like the day after.
Medea was pretty close.
Medea was pretty close.
Yeah. In any case, if you are able to keep commenting on this video after I finish this live stream, comment down below with your thoughts on all of these nominations. We'll be doing another video. And for my YouTube members, I think maybe we'll do a video where we review the predictions that we made and see who won.
Yeah.
I can't work it out just now. There's a couple that you said that went through, and there's a couple that I said that went through. We will see. Oh, it wasn't competitive. We just did it together.
We just did it together.
Then we'll just review it and see how well we did. Unity. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much for joining us today on this live stream. We're now going to head into the city for our next adventure. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.